So we answered what if we decide to sell the house. Now, another question is what if the sale of that house, the closing happens after the divorce is finalized? How does each party ensure that whatever their agreement says that the proceeds are distributed per the agreement?
So the parties are going to be able to take their final judgment and or their marital settlement agreement, take it to the closing agents, and it will outline how the parties are to receive their distributions. One item that we often try to consider because of the concerns with the marital debts and who's going to be paying those is, if there's $100,000 in equity we anticipate getting out of the home and the parties have $30,000 in credit card debt, well, we can put in the marital settlement agreement that the parties are going to use the first $30,000 of the net equity in their home to pay off those debts, and then the remainder is going to go to the parties. And in our history with dealing with this, we haven't had a problem with the title agency saying no. And traditionally, they're willing to do it. Worst case scenario, if they're not willing to do it, you can build in there that one of the attorney's offices will escrow the initial amount from the closing, and they'll ensure that they write out a check to each of the debtors and satisfy all the debts, and then they'll split it in half or however the parties agreed on, splitting the remainder of the net proceeds.
Okay, so that's a great point is if the sale of the home is for the reason of taking those proceeds and applying them towards debts or being able to put money into the college fund for the children, then how do you ensure that the funds are divided the way you've said, and the title company or your attorney taking those funds straight from the closing table essentially and dividing them out versus one of the spouses getting a lump check and then you leave it up to them to write off to Visa or MasterCard. So I think that's a great point and why you want to work with trusted professionals. And title companies have specific rules and regulations that they have to follow. So don't feel like, well, I didn't choose a title company, so they're going to, they're trying to do something sneaky. No, they have very, very specific regulations and rules to follow. So they will do it to the letter of whatever the agreement is. And the agreement is whatever the both parties decided.